Hessiva, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the beginner guide to get ready for when Outrider gets released. Now, Outriders is a brand new game that got delayed last year and it got pushed over to 2021. And of course, it was one of my most anticipated games of 2021. Now, you guys might feel like you don't even know what Outriders is. If you don't have a clue or you want to know exactly if you should pick up the game, today I wanted to put this beginner's guide together for you guys so you guys can know exactly what to expect when the game launches and if you guys should definitely consider picking it up. So if you're like me, guys, you love loot and shooters, if you guys like RPGs, and if you guys like builds, well then definitely this is a game for you guys to consider. This is like a mix of multiple games. I want to say from personal point of view, it's a mix of Borderlands 3, a little bit of Destiny, and a little bit of Gears of War, all mixed up in one complete shenanigan scheme of things. Now this game is being made by People Can Fly and Square Enix. Now for those of you who don't know who these companies are, I don't know where you've been. Have you been sleeping on a rock? But People Can Fly has made some really good games, and their game mechanics are really important onto the way this game's going to play. Also, Square Enix is joining them, kind of helping them with all the graphical and player UI and all that stuff when it comes to the game. I'm really excited for this game. When this game got announced in 2020, I was extremely excited. I'm glad that it got delayed and everything got polished out, because one thing that this game has that no other game has currently right now is that when you buy this game, you're going to get the complete game. There's not going to be like nothing like we're in Destiny, if you guys are familiar with that, or Borderlands, if you're familiar with those type of games where you get the game and then things get added on, right? Like there's DLC or content got cut out because it couldn't be completed. This game is the first game currently right now that once you buy it, all the content is going to be in the game, including endgame, which I'm extremely excited. And that's what has me really excited, because we really haven't had a game like that. Most of the games that come out lately have been like the game's coming out, but we expect DLC to come down along the road to fill in the gaps for what was supposed to be intended to be put in the game, but it's not. So that has me really excited, and you guys should be excited for it as well. This game is only focused on PVE. There is no PvP aspect like like 4 versus 4, 5 versus 4, but there is a PvP aspect in the sense that you're able to play with multiple people, up to 3 players, but there is no PvP content like game maps where you're gonna go kill other people, but it is primarily being focused as a PvE game. The cool thing about this game is that it's going to be distributed in mostly every single platform, including Stadia. And this is going to be very viable because it doesn't matter what system you're playing on. It's going to have cross-play, which is going to allow you to play with people on the Xbox, people on PlayStation 5, people on PlayStation 4, PC. Everybody's going to be able to play together, and that is quite exciting. Now, there are a total of 4 different characters in the game, and you're going to be able to pick each individual character based on your playstyle. We have a tank player, we have a Devastator, which is going to be pretty much your close range tank and stand your ground type of player. We have Pyromancer, which is a medium range. He conjures fire and brings out ashes out of the ground. We have a Technomancer, which is going to be your long range support, and he's very good with gadgets. And we have the Trickster, which is going to be your close range hit and run and sneaky person in the game. Now I'm going to have a different video where I break these down one by one, telling which one's going to fit your playstyle. So expect that video to come out soon, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what you can expect when the game's going to release. Now I do believe later on throughout some sort of expansion, if the game does really well, they are probably going to be introducing 2 brand new characters as well. But as of right now, when the game launches, it's only going to have a total of 4. Now, one thing I'm pretty sure you guys want to know is exactly what can you expect when you get the game. Well, the game is set to have at least 24 hours of campaign. That's if you don't play any side missions, you just go full on force on the campaign and just knock it out really quickly. It's about between 24 to 30 hours depending on your playstyle, which will be very fundamental based on how good you are, because unlike any other game, this game has a tier system. So basically the way the game plays out is as you're playing content, you're unlocking tiers. Now, the way the tiers work is that the game sees that you're kind of just running through everybody, just kind of mopping the floor with every ad, it's going to increase your tier. And if you're still mopping the floor, it's going to increase your tier until you get to a point where the enemies are going to be very difficult to fight, and it's going to cap your tier at that point. Now, if you want to go up a tier, you're gonna have to just make sure you unlock that tier. You could always downscale. So let's say the game puts you at at tier 10 and you're having a really hard time. Every time you die, it's gonna be knocking down a chunk of the tier. Even though manually, you'll be able to go into the game and bring down the tier, which is the tier. Think of tier like difficulty levels. You're gonna be able to bring down the difficulty level or that tier level down to whatever you feel is more fitting. So let's say you're having a hard time with level 10, you want to bring it down to level 8, you're able to do that manually, or you're able to allow the game to do it for you, which will be knocking down the tier every time you die. Now, in addition to that, if you want to increment the tier, you'll be able to increment the tier if you feel like you want a little bit more, especially for testing builds, right? You want a little bit more competition. You want to make sure that you get hit, but you do the hitting as well. So what you could do is you could increment that tier. Now you could only go as high as the tier level that you have unlocked. So let's say you capped at a level 10, you want to go to level 11, you won't be able to. You will definitely have to unlock tier 11 as well. So there is a really good option for that. Now, I know what you guys are wondering is like, all right, cool, we got the campaign. What is next? What happens? Well, after you guys complete the campaign, you will unlock 14 expeditions. Now these 14 expeditions, think of it like if you played Destiny or if you played Borderlands, they're pretty much like strikes or kind of like mini raids that you're able to go do into the game, and you're going to be able to complete these. Now when you complete all 14 of them, you will unlock a final one, which is going to be a bigger room with a massive reward. So you're definitely going to want to make sure you do this. Now there is a very big replayability option here, because when you do these expeditions, these are going to be replayable in the sense of if you want a better loot, you're going to be able to replay these. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you play Destiny, I know what's going through your mind, right? So these expansions, you will not play them when you're playing the campaign. So hear me out. You're going to play the campaign, and none of the expansions that you're going to play after that are going to be refight content. So it's going to be brand new content. So play the campaign, and then the 14 expansions are totally different from the campaign. I want to emphasize this so much because I know a lot of people that play Destiny. When you play Destiny, you play the storyline, you do the strikes, and those strikes are included in the campaign. And then when you go to replay, the replayability, you got to do the strike that you already did in the campaign. This game is doing something very different, which I'm really excited for, is the fact that they are letting you play the campaign, new content, and when you go to the end game, the 14 expansions that you have are brand new content as well, in addition to the 15 one that you unlock after you complete 14, which is actually pretty cool, and I'm excited for. Now there is a max level cap that you're able to reach in this game, which is level 30. Now from this level 30, you also have world tiers, which is what I explained to you guys, that you're able to increment your tiers as you play, which are pretty much difficulties, and you are able to get rare loot, legendary loot, epic loot. So there is a lot of farming to be done in the game. And it's actually pretty cool because each armor or each item that you have is going to be able to be customizable. In addition to that, you're able to craft items and you're able to add mods. Now there are two different types of mods you're able to add, which are general mods. General mods will be able to be added to your item, like for example your clothes, your boots. If you want to add it to your gun, you're going to be able to add these mods, and these mods are interchangeable. So if you want to add a mod from a sniper rifle to an AR, or you want to add a AR mod into a pair of clothes, you're going to be able to do that. Now in addition to the general mods, you also have class specific mods. Now class specific mods are tied to the character that you decide to play. Remember, there are a total of 4 different characters, and these mods will allow you to unlock them. And you're going to have to pick 3 of these mods that you want to equip within your character to be able to, get the character you want. So there is a lot of crafting, a lot of modding, and a lot of builds that are going to be able to be created within the game, which has me really excited because for end game content, like if you want to play an expedition, like let's say tier level 20, and you want to go in there, be able to knock out that content, you're going to need a very massive build. And it's going to be very important because we're going to actually be able to test these builds, because we're going to be able to change the tiers, up and down, up and down. Now this player, like I said, is able to be played up to 3 players. Currently right now, there is no, I know if you're a Destiny player, you're probably wondering like, is there a raid or something like that? Currently right now, there is no raid, but I'm pretty sure the game gets a lot of people involved. A lot of people jump into the, into the whole Outrider bandwagon. and you know, they really fall in love with the game, I'm pretty sure we could expect something like that coming very soon. Now, there's been a big drop off of players from loot and shooters. Like, for example, Destiny has been getting a big hit, and now a lot of people start playing Borderlands. You know, there's a lot of people from the Division that are really upset on the way things are going over there. So there is a lot of audience that loves loot and shooters / RPGs. This is technically not an RPG, it's mostly loot and shooter. So I believe this game is going to be, a lot of people should look into this game. And based on the way the UI looks, based on the way that the game mechanics look like, based on the different modifications you're able to do to your character, and just overall the overall concept of the game, I think this game might be one of those sleeper games that everybody is going to sleep on. And once they start seeing people playing on stream, playing on, you know, you do YouTube content, a lot of people are going to jump on the bandwagon. I'm really excited for this game and hope it does really well. But that's pretty much almost everything you need to know about the game. If you have any questions in regards to Outriders, let me know in the comment section down below. I will be covering the game a little bit more extensively. I'll be talking about builds you're going to be able to put together. We'll be taking a look at weapons. We'll be taking a look at weapon rarities. We're also going to be taking a look at different mechanics that you're able to apply for each individual character. So there's a lot of content that we're going to be covering about Outriders. So I hope you guys are excited. The game launches February the 2nd, 2021, and you guys should be excited. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.